I started singing probably because when I was a child, all of our family gatherings, like we're a big French family, so all of our family gatherings, everyone would have instruments, whether it be like an acoustic, a banjo, harmonicas, washboards, anything kind of deal. And every holiday, we would all gather at my grandparents' place, and we would have like a song time where we would go and sit in the living room and just play music for hours. And everyone in the family would just sing together, and so that was kind of like what got me into it.
Because I wasn't really that good at guitar. And I feel like most bass players, it's like just a friend that you get. You know, it's like not too convoluted. You kind of like get by being pretty mid. So
honestly, my dad had a guitar and he would just play it around with his like friend at the time. Eating by the bonfire, and it was kind of just, I was curious about it all the time, but then I really got into like music when I was like 12 years old, into rock music, and I was like, I just want to do this, so I kind of started teaching myself.
Like, just the seeing other bands, so again, like going to see punk rock bands always had so much energy, and as a kid and stuff, you wanted to like, or I wanted to like keep that or have that, or just be like, I want to do that. And so it was mainly just seeing other bands, and then yeah, getting the itch. And once you do it yourself, like you just you keep it going.
I just wanted to play with like other musicians who were better than me. But I was super young. I think I was 14, and I started playing in like the bars in the city, and like my parents had to come to all the shows. They would bring all the gear and bring, my gear, all the band's gear, because we just rehearsed in our old garage in San Miguel. And I just wanted to play with like better musicians.
I guess just because I'm not really that good at anything else, you know. Not really very academic person. So yeah, kind of was the only thing I had a bit of like an act for, but even then, like that's not saying too much. Like I said, I play bass, so some people like are great musicians, but they don't really like kind of the culture of like being in a band and stuff like that. But I like it.
I don't know, I think it's like I'm a very big overthinker, and I like to like get in my head a lot. So when I get on stage, I have no choice. I just have to do it, and I always feel like a million times better after I get on a stage than 2 seconds before. And I think that's it. Like it makes me feel kind of like alive, and like I also get to like tour and stuff when it like time permits. So I think that's it. Probably just like the adventure that you get from playing live music.
You just like black out. You just like the only thing you focus on is like your guitar you're playing, or if you're singing or whatever. You just like black out. It's the only thing you focus on. Whereas like, yeah, when you're out in your everyday, doing everyday stuff, yeah, there's other bullshit going on. But for like those 30 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever, like that's the only thing that matters.
Like this energy that you feel that fills the room with like all these people who like, they don't know each other, like they don't meet in real life, but like it's like in that room they become like one with the band that they're seeing, and they're all connected by the songs. So it's like, to me it's crazy that like just music can connect so many people together like that.
You kind of get a high out of it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, you get like tunnel vision, and the time moves really quick. By the end of the set, you're like, oh, that was so fast. But yeah, man, it's just like a good high. I played a show quite a few years ago. I can't remember what show it was. There was a band in Winnipeg. It was their farewell show. The band who was like breaking up came out and started taking like pieces of my drums away. So by the end of the song, all I had was, I think, a kick, a snare, and my hi-hats. So that was like, it was funny.
I remember I forget where we were, but like I just started like using like strap locks, because like I like to like jump around and stuff like that, and there was a bunch of times where like I would, you know, try and swing around my bass and the strap would just fall off, and you know, that's always like really humbling.
Best moment, I guess, like I feel like my band at Casper crashed at the time, like or last year, I got to open for Kenny Hoopa, and I think that was like super freaking cool because I've never played in a venue that big. It was like 500 people, and we were like the only support, and it was like intimidating, but it was so cool as heck. And especially like when people started being like into it and started bit, and you're just like, okay, these random people who don't even know us actually like what is happening here.
So I used to play, or I still do play in this skate punk band called Elder Abuse, and we were on tour, and we finished playing, and we were playing with this other band, and I really liked this other band, and I stage dove, and I separated my collarbone while we were in the middle of this tour. So we were in Montreal, and so we're at this venue, and I had to go to the hospital, get put in a sling and stuff, and I had to play the rest of the tour in a sling. But it was hilarious. It's on YouTube if you find it. It's like the Menzingers Pooza Fest, and yeah, a few years ago.
Play live. Listen to the rain. Listen to the rain.
Try my best because it's really easy.
I also really like Try My Best because we do like synchronized kicks. That's always cool. And at the moment, I really like playing Afterthought, which probably isn't out for you yet. So.
Yeah, the new one, Flowers, is like just like a heavy banger.
Yeah, probably Get Up.
The not having, you feel like you're a vagabond. You don't have to care about anything, I guess. So you just like can kind of be a piece of shit for 2 weeks and sit in a van. And those when I think about touring, those are the best parts. Is like just waking up. The only thing you have to worry about is getting to the next city, and that's all you have to really care about.
Just like the driving. I mean, I love playing shows and meeting a ton of new people and like making those connections. But like, there's so much that happens in the van that no one will ever hear or experience because it's just the four of us that got to experience it together. And like those memories, I'll know I'll have them forever.
Honestly, meeting all these people who are like on the same page and like-minded with you, and meeting like all these friends make you feel that like, okay, I'm not crazy that I'm doing this. Like, you know, like normal world is sometimes you feel like you don't fit in, but here you can meet people that make you feel that you actually fit in.
I think just being on the road for a long time gets like exhausting. And you go into this like autopilot mode after 3 weeks, I find. And it's just like you get too disconnected with life. So that's not really fun. Because when you come home, you're very disconnected still, and it takes like a few weeks to like feel human again and like be close to your loved ones.
It always kind of feels like you're like in this like uphill battle. There's like constant roadblocks and setbacks, and you know, some of them are out of your control, some of them aren't. Straight up at the beginning of the year, I just was like so over just a bunch of the bullshit I've had to like go through just with the earnest like kind of mission of like doing band stuff. Like straight up considering just like giving up, because I was just like, I felt like my passion and what I wanted was just like slowly just beaten out of me from just like a constant cycle of bullshit. But these guys like really kind of like, when they asked me to like come out and like, yeah, just being around them, it's just like, I don't know, you kind of start shaking. I'm like, no, like I should stick with this. Like it's hard at times, but there's like super rewarding times as well.
It happens.
I'm not sure what else is there. Oh, I need my jacket, my hoodie. Hey, check, 1, 2, check.
Are we doing those or no? Yeah, if we can fit them in if you want. It doesn't really matter.